is Valerie Darling, and if I was going to use 3 words to describe myself, they would be patient, organized, and warm.
Okay. 81. What 3 words would you use to describe me?
Caring, idiosyncratic,
Pink.
passionate, ambitious,
Spring.
and enthusiastic. Got it?
Passionate, but sometimes over the top.
Okay. How do I think that others perceive me? How would I like others to perceive me? I think is probably a better question. I would like for others to perceive me as competent, for sure, competent. Trustworthy, maybe. I think those are the big ones. Competent and trustworthy. I think I spend a lot of time. I'm a perfectionist. That'd probably be another one of the ones that I would describe myself as. I spend a lot of time trying to make sure that I do things the right way. Granted, the right way is such a varied and vast concept. It can go in so many different directions. At work, I am the lead counselor at the clinic that I work at. I'm a substance abuse counselor. I've been a substance abuse counselor for about 7 years. I've been in the Navy for 14. I'm working on my 15th year, which I'll hit in November. And I'm a first class petty officer, which means I'm like middle management. I'm a single parent, active duty, single parent in Japan, which says a lot, I think. There aren't very many people who come to Japan as a single parent. It is something that people really, really try not to do because this is known to be a place that is very difficult to survive in. There's this saying in the Navy that if you can survive Japan, then you can survive anywhere. Like, you will be just fine because the op tempo is very high here. There's a lot asked of anybody. It doesn't matter if they're shore duty or sea duty. Like, it's hard, and I am learning that. I've been here for 7 months now, and I will say, yes, it is very hard to work here. It's hard to balance Navy GSC-1, which is my designation, and counselor and mom. My children have always been like the priority for me. They've always been the most important thing. And so trying to balance work and getting off like later hours than I normally would, and home and what my kids need, it can be difficult some days. If my kids were going to describe me, I think they would, I don't know, they'd probably say loving and strict. Which is funny, I'm probably more strict at home with my kids than I am with my guys at work. I guess we'll see. I'm looking forward to asking the people that I work with how they would describe me and how they perceive me, because a lot of energy goes into the face that I present at work especially. I have less difficulty with presenting face at home because that's my natural state. I am calm and comfortable and happy and lively, and I think I'm the best version of myself with the face that I show at home. I think that I am the most uptight version of myself with the face that I show at work. Hopefully the warmth that I express at home translates when I'm at work. But I think it's more important for me to appear to be like knowledgeable and steady, like the person that people can count on when I'm at work versus when I'm at home. I don't question whether or not I am considered reliable at home because I am the only option. I have no choice but to be reliable when I'm at home. It's just me and my kids. Like, that's it. It's us three. And sometimes it feels like it is me versus the whole rest of the world. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how it turns out.
Here we go. It's where the magic happens. How do you perceive me as a counselor?
You know, all those three words combined, it's like someone's dedicated and really cares about patients and the job.
You don't give off a perception like a sailor. You know, there's some people, let me explain. There's some people who wear a specific uniform that embodies the uniform. You know, like you would have like a police officer or like a firefighter wearing a uniform specific to their job. And you know, you can see that some of them fill out their uniform, you know, not physically, but they fill it out in the sense that they are firemen, you know, at their core, police officers at their core, protectors at their core. You wearing a military uniform, I don't see you as a sailor. It's more from a caregiver standpoint.
How do you perceive me as a sailor?
Because that's what you get paid to do. Meaning, you're in the Navy and you're not a typical sailor. You meet the needs of those who need it most. Not just in their technical jobs, but in their heart and mind, so they can do the technical job.
Okay, time to see what my kids think.
Smart, gorgeous, and loving.
Intelligent, kind, and philosophical.
Second question. How do you perceive me as an adult?
As an adult and not as my mother?
As an adult first.
As an adult. As an adult, I see you as a very work-focused person that takes care of people but still gets the job done and uses more mental strength than others. Does that make sense? Like, you question things more while you're working and you think about things in different ways that people don't usually think of while working.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about as a mother?
As a mother, I see you as kind, guidance, and love and support.
Okay.
So in review, I think that there were some really interesting insights that came from this project. I started out with the faces that I present, and what I learned was that what I present is not what other people get. It's not what they interpret based on my actions, but what I also learned was that things that they interpret, I think, probably display who I am a whole lot better than what it is that I try to display. I think the general consensus was being caring and not really being militant. I guess I thought that I presented a much more militant way of being than what I'm projecting, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it isn't. It's not a bad thing. I'm not upset by it. I am me. So I think that one of the other takeaways is that I have some pretty good consistency in the different parts of my life. When reading through the text this cycle, a lot of the writings were focused on presenting a face, and that face not necessarily equating to what was felt internally. But what I actually came to realize is that how I feel internally, being a caring person, being loving and warm and supportive, that's who I am intrinsically. I can't not be that. And the face that I show, even though I try to project something differently, who I am intrinsically is still being seen. I act, I embody who I am internally. And it shows up externally, which is pretty cool. That means I have some consistency across the board. I would, because I kind of doubted it. So that's very comforting.